Welcome back to the channel, my Magic the Gathering nerds. Today we're talking about one of the biggest commander announcements recently, and that would be the brand new RuleBreaker Commanders from Mystery Booster Commander Edition. So far, Wizards of the Coast has revealed 8 RuleBreaker Commanders. These cards are unlike anything we've seen before because each one lets you break one of the Commander deck's building rules. Whether that's ignoring color identity, restrictions, playing any lands, or even changing how big your deck can be, these commanders completely shake up the format entirely. Now, there could always be more surprises later, but today I'm going to go through all 8 rulebreaker commanders that have been revealed so far. I'll explain what rule each one breaks and what that means in plain English, and whether I think it actually works or is just a fun gimmick. Let's get into it. Starting off, we have what might be my favorite rule breaker commander from the new mystery booster, and that would be Grizzlegom. So, Grizzlegom allows you to play any land card, completely ignoring your commander's color identity. That means if you're playing a red-green deck, because that's the commander, for example, you can still run islands, plains, or swamps, or just any other land you want. But whenever he attacks, each basic land will reward you differently. The plains will make soldier tokens, the islands will let you draw cards, swamps drain your opponents, mountains put counters, and forests just gain you life. Which honestly, it doesn't really make sense for the last two there, but it's still fine. Anyway, it's a really creative design that actually encourages you to play every basic lane type instead of just sticking to your commander colors. The next one is Mauler, the next evolution. This rule breaker lets you include any creature with mana value 7 or greater, no matter what the color is. This is a very fun one, in my opinion, simply because I know this is going to sound biased, but I do have an Onsrek deck that I have, and I think this would work perfectly in something like that. But, that's just me, though. But it does seem like a really good one. Anyway, so how it works is when you're playing a mono green, but want to throw in a Eldrazi, Atraxa, or some giant black finisher, you can. Then, whenever one of those huge creatures attack, its power and toughness is doubled until end of turn. This commander is basically saying, play the biggest monsters you can find, and honestly, that's pretty awesome. Then we have Selûma, Light of Asin. Normally, your Angel Tribal deck is limited by your commander's colors. Selûma ignores that entirely. With Selûma as your commander, you can play angel creatures and have any basic lane type of any color needed to cast them. So basically, every angel is on the table for playing. On top of that, whenever Selûma deals combat damage to a player, she gets to reanimate an angel straight from your graveyard to the battlefield. If you've ever wanted the ultimate tribal angel commander, this will probably be it. Next up is the Everforger. Its rule breaker ability lets you include artifact creatures and equipment from any color identity. Now, normally, color identity stops you from mixing artifact creatures tied to different colors, but the Everforger throws that rule out entirely. Even better, once each turn, whenever you cast an artifact creature or equipment spell, you get to copy it. That means you double the constructs, double the equipment, and double the value. Artifact players are definitely going to love this one. After that, we have the Unluckiest Planeswalker. Its rule breaker ability allows you to play aura cards of any color, regardless of your commander's color identity, which it is kind of like the Everforger, but that it does work in its own way because every curse, every powerful aura, and every weird enchantment package can all go in the same deck. Its abilities even support the strategy by producing mana for auras, making gremlin tokens when you cast them, and eventually letting you move auras attached to yourself onto an opponent. It's a really unique take on Aura Tribal. So this was the first one that was revealed to the public, and that would be Talabo the Lock Rascal. This one is for all the spell-slinging goobers out there, but here it is. It has probably one of the strongest rule breaker abilities revealed as of right now. Who's to say there will be more revealed, but as of right now, this might be one of the best. Talabo lets you choose one extra color, but only for instants and sorceries. So if you're mono blue, you could splash red burn spells, black tutors, or green rep spells without changing the rest of the deck. But in addition to that, you can run double color instants and sorceries, but they at least need to be, one of the colors needs to be at least blue. So for example, you can run Izzet, and you can also run Simic, but you cannot run something like Boros or something that does not have at least blue. But other than that, Talabo makes it to where whenever you cast an instant and sorcery, you also get to make a 1/1 otter with prowess. It doesn't sound broken at first, but giving a Spellslinger deck access to other colors opens up tons of possibilities. I'm pretty sure it even already has a couple infinite combos. Finally, we have Wits the Bibliophile. And this one might be the craziest rule breaker of them all. Actually, scratch that. It is the most craziest, all right? So instead of being limited to the normal 100 card commander deck, Wits removes the deck size limit completely. Once you build a 150 card deck, go for it. 300, just go for it. You know, it's fine. It's whatever. But to reward you for doing that, Wits has an activated ability that normally costs 3 mana to draw a card and gain a life. But if your starting deck has 200 or more cards, you get to just do it for completely free. It's definitely more of a fun build around than a competitive commander, but it is one of the most wild commander ideas that the Wizards have ever printed. And honestly, in my opinion, I think this is going to break some sort of commanders and just completely mess something up. So, say you go to a tourney, right? Bet you at a commander tourney, sometime after this is printed, someone is going to show up with at least like a 500, 1,000 card deck. All right. Not dollars, cards. And they are going to spend most of the time just listing out all the cards that they actually have in the deck, which is just annoying and crazy. And I just don't find him that like good. He's literally in my like this isn't like in my opinion. This is literally just a fact. He's literally just a coin. He's a coin, costs 1 colorless more, and his activated ability costs 3 more, and it only targets yourself. Like I'd rather play Quain. So after editing this video, I figured out there was one more that I missed, and that would be Valko and Dorian. 3 colorless and a black for a 2/4 with the rule breaker ability as of a deck with this commander can have Phyrexian cards of any color identity in any basic lands. This meaning any cards with the creature type or any like subtype of Phyrexian can be in the deck, and you can run any basic lands of any type. Now, he also says that Phyrexian creatures you control have Menace and Lifelink. Now, honestly, after overviewing this, I think this is going to be the worst one, simply because it's a targeting for Phyrexian creatures. If it was like, oh, all your creatures gain Menace and Lifelink, sure, insane. But just being Phyrexian, it's not that good. Now, overall, I do think Wizards of the Coast did a great job with these rule breaker commanders, besides Wits. Instead of just making stronger cards, they actually changed the way you build a commander deck. Some of these seem like they'll be fun casual commanders, while others could completely change the format and create decks we've never seen before, like Stupid Wits. Now, if I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably pick either Talabo or Grizzlegom. Talabo just opens up so many possibilities for Spellslinger decks, and Grizzlegom finally just gives us a commander that actually wants you to play every land type. Both of them seem like they could lead up to some very creative builds and fun opportunities. But now I want to hear from you guys. Which rule breaker commander is your favorite? Which one do you think is the strongest, and which one do you think is the weakest? And if you were building one today, which would you choose? Let me know down in the comments, because I'm actually really curious to see what everyone else thinks. Now, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future Magic the Gathering videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!